Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. And welcome in here live. We're at C-Max at 2190 MLK Boulevard. It's the KC Dick Show. It's a winning week, and I'm going to say offensive coordinator as well as head coach. As Coach Dick had to go back to his roots and take over. Coach, how did that feel, being, the offense coordinator after being not too far removed from it?
It kind of gave me the itch back a little bit. No, it was good for us. Glad to step in and obviously do that for us. Had to rearrange some guys and some things right before there just to make sure our kids were ready to go. But proud of how our guys and our team really handled that situation. And obviously thinking about Coach V as his son continues to fight and will fight for that stuff for a little bit. But we're obviously thinking of him as well.
When you talk about the game, because I know you guys found out just minutes before kickoffs that you would be in that role. I want to talk about just the team in general. How did you feel about the team coming back after such an emotional, tough loss at home heading into conference play on Friday night?
I was confident that we would. I believe in our team, number one, and I think they're a mature football team and understand, what's at stake and what the process looks like every day when we walk on the practice field. So it's been really unique to watch them, grow as we continue to go into the season. To watch their habits improve, to watch their preparation get better, and just really buy into the process of, Monday we got to come out and understand, all right, what's our original game plan? Tuesday, let's grow it. Wednesday, let's refine it, fine-tune it. Thursday, obviously, let's tuck it in, and make it as good as we can get it. And then Friday, let's go put it on display. So it's been awesome to watch all those guys grow in that role, even our coaches, and watch them really prosper as the year has gone on.
We continue to talk about senior Christian battles. I mean, another big game on the ground. I mean, what are you seeing in Christian here in the first 4 games of the season?
He's just been thriving. He's been having fun, which I think is a big key thing for him. I think he's himself. He comes out to practice. He practices well, practices hard. So we're proud of, how he's grown, how he's developed, and just number one, I think we're glad to see kids, be happy with where they are. And just really see him thrive. And obviously our team has taken him in, and he's done a good job every week of going out and preparing and then obviously going out and having some big games running the ball.
Garrett just continues to get better and better. I know kind of not so comfortable, sitting in the pocket, but here over the last 2 weeks, thought he's thrown the ball quite well. I mean, what have you seen in him as he continues to grow?
He's just continued to grow. I think anytime, as a quarterback, the longer you're in a system, the longer you're in one place, the better it is. We're kind of creatures of habit when it comes to that, to kind of learning a whole system. It's like learning a language. You got to learn the ins and outs of everything and understand why certain things are called win and how it all kind of fits together. But
right.
He's a big time competitor. He loves to compete, loves to prepare. And wants to go out there and battle for everybody in his team. And he's done a great job of growing that each week and just having a better understanding as we've went out there.
A young man that we're going to be joined here momentarily, senior Dax Horton, a guy that just came in, but it just seems like he's been here forever. Talk about just how Dax has been able to, just step in, pretty much seamlessly and fit into that linebacker rotation.
Well, he's won everybody over with his work ethic, and I think that, that's the biggest thing in today's world is, he came in and just put his head down, went to work, got to know everybody, through the process. And he does an unbelievable job. He brings a lot of experience. He got a lot of street credit, when you're coming into a situation
right.
of having played at a high level, having obviously been really, really successful at a high level. And he's done it week in and week out, and that's the same thing he did here. He came in, like I said, learned the system, learned his job, and then continued to get better and improve every single week. And he's never looked back. Just an unbelievable worker that comes to practice every day and wants to get better and wants to have a better understanding of his position.
One of the things that I've noticed about this entire defense is you lost a lot. I mean, when you talk about Lyles and, those guys, Joneses, the Spencers, the Taylors, I mean, Layman's, big time players. But it seems like this defense, when you take out that Texas High game, I mean, they're pretty stingy. I mean, what's been the common denominator, man? What impresses you the most about that group?
Number one, I think they're prepared by two great coaches, and Coach Brodie and Coach Davis, and they do a great job every week of tweaking some things and moving some pieces around to really play to our guys' strengths. So they do an unbelievable job, and then those guys have just bought into going out and practicing hard and getting better at the craft. And I think anytime you have a defense and you have 11 guys over there that really have bought into the system and flying around and being where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there and why they're supposed to be in a spot. And then obviously having an opportunity to make plays, and we talk about all the time. Playmakers make plays when they have the ability to do that, and there's a variety of those guys over there doing that right now at a high level, and it's been awesome to watch.
Well, we're going to take a real quick break, and then we'll get back and let you meet senior linebacker Dax Horton. It's the KC Dix Show, and we're live at CMAX Southern Kitchen at 2190 MLK Boulevard. Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. And welcome back here live at CMAX Southern Kitchen here at 2190 MLK Boulevard. It's the KC Dix Show. And I'm joined here now by senior linebacker Dax Horton. D, what's up, my man?
What's up?
Dax, talk about just what it's been like, the transition, and how comfortable it seems that you are here at Fayetteville with this linebacker core.
I mean, at first when I came here, Coach Dick called me the very first day. Talked to me a little bit, got me in contact with Coach Davis, and then I think that weekend Coach Davis sat down for me for like maybe an hour or two and just kind of giving me a rundown of what's everything's like. Then I came, I think that next week to practice, met the guys, just kind of introducing myself. It took a little bit, but, got everything to it. And then I think when we got to fall camp, we just put on the pads, and I feel like everything just kind of felt natural. Like just going out there and playing like I was last year at Bentonville, but I mean, I can't thank enough for like Rhett out there. I mean, Rhett's he knows everything.
Right.
I mean, he knows a lot, and if I ever have a question, it's someone I can easily rely on. But I mean, Coach Davis also like he always talks to me about like what do you not understand, what do you need help on. So he'll always, make sure I'm understanding what I'm seeing when I go out there before we play on Friday.
Talk about, how big is it, when you have, former guys that's played that position like Coach Davis and Coach Bowerman, Coach Bowerman being an all-state linebacker at Fayetteville High. I mean, how important is it to have guys that can get you so prepared for Friday nights?
I mean, I think it's a big deal. I mean, I feel like if you don't have the coaching staff to get you coached up right, to know their schemes or, like, that they have, I mean, I feel like Coach Davis always has, like, one or two good schemes, like, if the first one's not working, he's got a great backup plan. So, I mean, because they're both so experienced within it, I feel like it's just easy to understand.
Coming into this season, with Fayetteville coming off of that 13-0 state championship year, you guys as a senior group, how have you guys adjusted to that? I mean, was the loss to Texas side, do you think is going to make you guys better in the long run?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I 100% think that loss is going to – it kind of built us as a team because, 13-0 is big, but you're going to get humbled and you're going to run into a team that's really good. And I feel like that's one of the better teams that we're going to see all year. And so I think that was just a great non-con game to see those great athletes down there at Texas High to learn from the mistakes and learn that we are good and we can compete at a high level with them.
Dax, describe talk about each, what does every linebacker like, say a Rhett or Reed or a Luke, what do those guys bring to that linebacker room that makes you all so special?
I mean, I think Slank's he doesn't get the credit that, most linebackers get, but I mean, he's out there, you're watching film on, like after a game and you see Rhett, you'll see Slank, he's just doing his job. It's just he's helping a lot out me and Rhett and Luke a lot more than people are realizing. I mean, I think Luke's a great athlete. I mean, he's a great cover guy. He covers mainly because he's so fast, and so we're mainly in 3 linebackers. But when he is in there, I mean, playing linebacker, he's fast and downhill, so I mean, he'll hit. And then Rhett's just, I mean, I feel like even if everyone makes mistakes, but I feel like if you make a mistake, Rhett's there to fix it for you. So
Right.
I feel like he's easy to do, and then I think with the more of a freedom of me and Rhett's job, it's kind of easier to. We both see a lot of good stuff. So if I see something, Rhett's more than likely going to see it. So we'll both do the same thing, and it'll work. We're just not talking, we're just doing it. But when we're doing, it's the right thing, man. So most of the time.
I know a guy we had on last week, senior defensive tackle, Jackson Oliver. I mean, explain what it's like to be behind big number 99 and how important is he, to kind of enable you guys to move around freely and make those type of plays.
He's awesome. I mean, he frees up me and Rhett more than most people think, because he's always, people are having to double him or sometimes even triple him, because he's either, if you're not going to honor him, he's going to beat that one-on-one like 9 times out of 10. So when he beats that one-on-one, it's going to cause havoc for the other team.
Right.
So people are going to have to double him. When you double, there's always going to be the extra guy open. And so, I mean, no matter what, I feel like he's always helping us out a lot.
When you look at this upcoming game versus Roger, and I know you played him last year at that school up north, what do you guys see on film from the defensive side that you're going to have to, kind of make priority to, go on the road and then come back 2-0 in conference?
Find where 14 is. That's a big deal. I mean, 14, I don't know, he's like 6'3". I mean, man, he's big, He's got a lot of experience too. Also got to think about the quarterback. I mean, he's a good quarterback, but he's also fast. So, I mean, if he's not going to see, if his routes aren't open, you're going to have to find them.
Right.
So you got to be honest with that. The O-line's big, I mean, somewhat. And I feel like you just got to fit low. You got to just do what you're supposed to do, and then the other guys are just going to flow to the ball, because that's just how it works.
We're talking with Dax Horton here, joining us here on the KC Dick Show. You're a 2-sport athlete. And a lot of people may not know when they come and watch. I mean, not only is he dynamic on the football field, but extra dynamic with that bat in his hand and that glove as well. Talk about just how much more of a transition it was to have guys that you're familiar with also on the baseball field when making this transition in Fayetteville.
I feel like it helped a lot. I mean, when I came here, obviously I knew Charlie. We played on the same summer team. I've known Jason for, man, a long time. We played youth together when he was still living down in Little Rock. So, I mean, he was on the same team. So I knew him. Holzhauer, I played against him. Never played with him, but I played against him. So, I mean, of course I knew who he was. So, I mean, I feel like those guys are just, I mean, that's how I knew him. It was easy to talk to them and then, help me get plugged in and know the other guys on the team.
Right. What was your first experience like at Fayetteville High on that Friday night, being in that purple? I know you, like I said, been on the other side, but what was that like, the night you played Texas High as a Bulldog? How was it any different?
It was a lot different. I feel like the Bentonville environment's good, but, I mean, I think the Fayetteville, they just bring you obviously got the fireworks, you got the dog, and, it's just the people, the community and everything are just out there to help support, and I feel like it's good. I feel like it's just a little better in Bentonville, in my opinion. But, I mean, the fireworks kind of put the topping on the cake when you're scoring, or when we win, you see them go off. It's like, yeah, I like that, because last year it made me mad because I was on the opposite side. So, but.
Dax, I want you to talk about Mom and Dad, Mr. and Mrs. Horton. I mean, she's probably might be the best photographer in Northwest Arkansas. Puts out great pictures for you guys. But how big is that to have Mom so involved, to be able to bring memories, and then just have parents so supportive?
I think it's great. I mean, you got to have supportive parents, in my opinion. My mom does a great job. She's always wanted what's best for me, and then with her taking the pictures, just kind of just helps me recreate the memories, because I can look back and be like, oh yeah, this is when I played. I can show my kids these when I'm older, so I feel like it'll be amazing. Then my dad, he's always supporting me. He'll be up in the stands, watching me, videoing every play, supporting me there, and he'll be texting me. I'll get in halftime, I'll see texts from him, and I'll read them, and I'll be like, come on, Dad, let me do it. But, I know he's meaning it from the best, so.
when football is over with, Dax, what are your plans? I mean, are you want to be in baseball or how are things going?
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna play high school baseball. We'll see where everything takes me in life. I mean, God's got a plan for me. So obviously, whatever works works. If that's football, it's baseball. That's it's. He's got a plan for me.
When we think about this 24 Fayetteville High defense, Dax, and people come to the stadium on Friday nights to watch you guys, what's that one word that you want people to leave after those 4 quarters are done with? That when they think of Fayetteville defense.
I think that we're resilient. I think that because we've been put in some situations where they're not good, and like BA, the offense wasn't clicking in the first half. The defense was out there for the majority of the half, and we put a lot of snaps at half, but to only hold them to I don't know how many points, like 9 or something, that's amazing to us because resilience, because we got put on like the 30 couple times, the 40. They were only coming away with field goals,
Right.
And so I think it's just our resilience.
Hey, that's Dax Horton, senior linebacker for the Fayetteville Bulldogs. He told me a couple days ago he was going to be kind of nervous. He didn't know what type of questions, and it was his first, but you could never tell as he just killed this interview. Dax, looking forward to Friday night, my man. Hey, we'll be back with Coach Casey Dick. It's the Casey Dick Show on the Hill Media, live from CMAX Southern Kitchen at 2190 MLK Boulevard. Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. And welcome back here live at CMAX Southern Kitchen here at 2190 MLK Boulevard. It's the KC Dick Show, and I'm joined now here on the show by senior defensive end Jayden Holt. What's up, Mr. Holt?
Man, nothing much, man.
Jayden, senior year. I mean, what are some of your goals that you want to achieve this final campaign?
My goals, honestly, is just to stay consistent through the year and just be able to, finish the season on my terms and, be the best teammate I can for the guys and, so we can finish the year right, just like we did last year.
You played as a sophomore in a very experienced linebacker core. Then last year, you started to really get entrenched in that defense. How have you seen yourself grow in your game from your sophomore to now your senior season?
Honestly, just so much, and a person just through the help, just through the coach, especially Coach Davis. Like, he stuck with me by my side, through all the tough times I was, during that change from offense to defense, and just get me down with the plays and, just trust me out there on the field.
I want to talk to you about that. That was pretty, what was that like going from offense to defense? Because you had so well known offensively, but, what did it end up being better for you to go to the defense side?
Honestly, I think so in my case just because my physicality and just, just my play style on the field.
Defensively, and I want to tell everybody, this guy might have made made the biggest play in the history defensively for the high school of Fayetteville in last year's state championship game. Making that play, Jayden, I mean, how much did that heighten your confidence coming back for your senior year?
Honestly, just a lot, and just knowing that we have a strong senior group that's coming back with us that was on the field with me last year, and just be able to get it done. Like, Red, Slank, like all those guys, smart group of guys, and they're all leaders, and we're ready to lead the team to greatness again.
You talking about a leader, you and Jackson Oliver are the two up front in that front. I think to make everything go. I think it's 7 and 99 goes the defense along with number 9, Rhett Tidwell. But when you talk about those three guys, just describe what Rhett brings to this defense and what Jackson and YU3 seem to be the big leaders. Man,
I just feel like, especially with JL, it's JL. There's no stopping JL, and just his physicality, his play style, and his just development just on and off the field. Like, he's a great person off the field, and he knows these guys look up to him, and he knows how to step up.
We had a guy right before you came on, Dax Horton, senior linebacker. How big of an addition has Dax been to this defense?
I mean, he's honestly been a great addition, especially throughout the loss between Parker and just getting these Beaver kids like Kendrick and Dax. Like, you know what I'm saying, they came through a lot of experience
right,
and a lot of time. I mean, they played us in state. They was there with us. So, I mean, they came through with a lot of experience and a lot of help.
Well, you know, last time you guys went to Rogers, didn't leave too happy.
No.
I know that's extra motivation, but when you guys watch this Rogers offense, what do you have to do on the defensive side of the ball to remain undefeated in conference?
Honestly, just keep playing physical and just keep playing aggressive how we've been playing. Like a lot of teams don't really see that. They think we're just gonna come in and just think it's a cakewalk and just mess around out there. But we gonna keep stomping. We gonna keep going to the end.
Last Friday night, you make a swim move, hit the quarterback. I didn't think it was a foul, but what would you rate that hit in your high school career here at Fayetteville?
I'll probably say I'll say that's number one.
Yeah, I'd have to say that as well. Well, last question, Jayden, want to make sure that tell you thanks for coming down. But when people think it's 2024 Fayetteville defense and they come and watch you guys on Friday night, what's that one word you want them to say when they leave?
We the best.
I like
We
that.
the
Hey,
best. We the
senior
best.
Jadon Holt. Hey, this guy's got a great rest of the season. I'm talking about might be the defensive player of the year when all is said and done. But, hey, thanks you, Jayden. Hey, we're going to be back with another Bulldog, the junior, that you'll be talking about pretty soon. Brodie Jones. It's the KC Dick Show live here at CMAC Southern Kitchen. Welcome back here live at CMAC Southern Kitchen at 2190 MLK Boulevard. It's the KC Dick Show, and I'm joined now by, hey, I'm talking about when you see this guy, he is him. He's the one you're going to be talking about. I think he's one of the top juniors in all the state of Arkansas at the cornerback or whatever he decides to do. Brodie Jones. BJ, what's up?
What's up?
BJ, talk about, I mean, you would have been one of the sophomores last year had you not encountered an unfortunate injury as a sophomore. You would have played on that state championship team, I firmly believe. But now getting back into the varsity, how are you health-wise, and what's it been like to play on Friday nights?
Oh, it's been fun. I mean, going out there as a junior, I mean, first year starting, I mean, it's just fun going to make plays for my teammates and they're doing the best I can.
Watching guys like Casey Lehman, Isaiah Taylor, and those guys, Isaac Pearson, Eli Rose, being able to learn from them, how big do you think that's been for you?
It's been pretty big because Casey, he's a very good corner. He taught me a lot of stuff when he was there. I mean, so was ISO. ISO, really good corner, and just build off what they taught me.
Coach Britt and Coach Landry, I mean, how big is it to have those guys? Coach Britt being a former collegiate DB. Talk about just, being able to be developed under Coach Britt.
He just always trying to keep my mind in check and just tell me what to do and just how good I am and what I can be and just how I can be good and great at the next level.
This defense, I mean, you guys coming in, this last year's was good, but where could this defense rate when the season ends as far as being one of the elite at Fayetteville High?
I mean, we good defense. I don't think we as good as last year yet, but we got potential, and I feel like we could be the best.
How do you think you guys have grown from that Texas High loss? I mean, you guys came out and really made a statement in the opening conference game at home last week versus B West, but how do you think you guys have grown? Was it a good loss, and you think it's going to help for the long run?
Yeah, I think it was a good loss. I feel like we won too much games, and I feel like that just had like a little, I don't know. We just won too much games, and I feel like we needed a little lose so we could come back and just be better next week.
BJ, when I come to the stadium, if I were a fan, I buy popcorn, soda pop, go to the top bleacher. What type of football player will I see in number 3 for the Fayetteville Bulldogs once that football's kicked off for 4 quarters?
A great player. I feel like I do a lot for the team. I try my best when I'm out there every time. I mean, I just try to make plays and just try to win a state championship.
What makes Fayetteville High so special in your opinion?
I mean, we got a lot of good coaches, a lot of good players, a lot of good. Just everything around us good parents, and they just bring a good community together.
They got 2 more questions, guys. We were talking with Brodie Jones, junior cornerback for the Bulldogs. Describe that secondary. I mean, young, but a lot of talent back there. Describe what each one of you guys brings to that back end.
I mean, I feel like I just go out there and try to do what I do. Kendrick is safety, really good safety, staying over top, coverages. Cole, Charlie, very good players, always doing their part. Kenyon Mathis, strap down corners.
Now, we just talked to Jayden Holt about his offensive ability. I mean, now I know I see you at practice, and you just slowly try to itch out there and just get maybe a punt return. Is that something you're looking forward to in the future? Maybe that guy over at Coach Dick might let you get a couple offensive snaps.
Yeah, I hope Coach Dick let me get a few offensive snaps. I've been trying to score a few touchdowns, but we're going to see where that go next year.
Brodie, when everybody think of the 2024 Fayetteville Bulldog defense, they watch you on Friday nights. What's that one word you want them to say when they leave that stadium?
Amazing.
I like that. I like that. Hey, that's Brodie Jones. Get used to the name. Get used to the number, because there are going to be a lot of people coming to Fayetteville to recruit this guy. Brodie, want to thank you for being on here, and I'm looking forward to Friday night. We'll be back to close it out with Coach Dick. It's the KC Dick Show live from CMAC Southern Kitchen. Hey, guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. Welcome back here live from CMAX Southern Kitchen at 2190 MLK Boulevard. It's the KC Dick Show as we're wrapping up with Coach. Had 2 other guys on here previously, Brodie Jones and Jadon Holt. Talk about what those 2 guys bring to the table, with Jadon being the senior. And, what's the ceiling for the junior Jones?
Yeah. Number one, they bring a lot of energy. Both those guys do. I think when you watch both of them, they play with unbelievable effortless. Sometimes we got to do a better job of containing our energy and our outwardness. We got to do a better job there. But they do an unbelievable job of really playing the game passionate, really wanting a better understanding of what they're doing every single day and how to get better. And then Brodie is one of those guys that would have played as a sophomore had he not had an injury. But I think his ceiling is super high. He's long at 6'3", plays corner. He's played some receiver in the past, but his ability to really handle a single receiver is one that's not really seen a lot in this league, and he does an unbelievable job each week. And the thing that people are finding out is that Brodie is also a very physical football player.
Absolutely.
With elite ball skills. So we're looking for great things for him. Obviously, he's still kind of new, if you will, to getting over there and playing, and he's getting better each and every week. He's really understanding different schemes, different coverages, zone drops, man, all those things that we're asking him to do, blitzing off the edge. So he is growing each week as a player, doing an unbelievable job, and he is one that, as the season progresses and it gets towards the end of the year, we look for his ceiling to continue to rise as well.
When you look at this upcoming game at Rogers, Coach, first of all, what do you guys have to do from an offensive standpoint versus this Rogers defense on Friday night?
I think number one, we have to limit their pressures. Obviously, they're a very high pressure defensive team, and bring a lot of different stunts and twists and pressures from the linebacker position, dropping some defensive ends. So we've got to do a good job of making sure that we handle those while also being able to take advantage of them at the same time. And just be us. I think, when you look at us right now, we're I would classify us as a pretty balanced offense. In the years past, we've obviously thrown it 45, 50 times a game, but having our offensive line and Garrett back there along with Christian and Caleb, and then still having those receivers allow us, to be pretty balanced. I think last week we were about 240 yards passing and 240 yards rushing and about 210 yards passing. So you look at those numbers and they're pretty even, which is kind of what we want. And obviously there's some games out there that are going to be a little bit more, some games that are going to be a little bit less. But just proud of how we've kind of transformed and molded and slowly getting to where we want to get to.
Defensively, what's going to be the big key?
I think when you look at the quarterback back there in Regan and some of their receivers that they have, they're not as long as they were last year with the group that they had. But number 14 and Braxton Lindsay does an unbelievable job. He's a phenomenal player. We'll have to be sound up front, containing the quarterback when he does drop back to pass to make sure he doesn't get out of the pocket and escape and hurt us with our legs. But I like our matchup, obviously, with our secondary and those guys. And if we'll go out and play who we are, and be who we be, then I think we'll be in good shape to play a great football game.
And real quick before we get off, Coach, I know there's been I know we knew for last Friday, Coach V, our offensive coordinator, very unfortunate news about his son. There was some information that you guys put out. Maybe people could help. Could you share the information for those that want to be? Because we got to look out for our family.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a GoFundMe page listed on my Facebook page, but also it's listed everywhere else. So obviously he's in a run for a long battle. Everything is trending where it needs to trend. So hopefully we think he'll get to come back up here soon and be able to do some of those treatments up here. But obviously they'll need some assistance in that new journey that they have. And like I said, our family around here has done a great job of really uplifting them and taking care of them and doing what we can for them. But just an overall great family, great kid. Gavin's 10 years old, third grader. So no kid should obviously have to go through what he's going to go through. And he's been a trooper and a warrior. The kid loves Legos, or anything that he can get his hands on while he's sitting in there for a little bit. So just anything that we could assist them with or be able to provide them with they would be obviously really, really just accepted and proud of what we're doing.
Well, hey, you guys have heard it. If you can do anything, please do. Like I said, Coach, great family. And I've met the young man. Hey, great young man. And if you met him, you'd fall in love with him as well. But, hey, if you're not doing anything on Friday night, you can tune in On the Hill Media as the Bulldogs travel up to Gates Stadium to take on the Rogers Mounties. We will be on the air at 6:15 with kickoff at 7. That'll do it from our producer. We want to thank Jayden, Holt, Brodie Jones, and Dax Horton for joining us here on the KC Dick Show, and Coach Dick. I'm going to let Coach Dick say it. He knows what to say. You've been watching the KC Dick Show on the Hill Media live from CMAC Southern Kitchen. And you know my final words. What are they, Coach?
Let's get it, Pat.
It's been On the Hill. Y'all be careful. Hey, guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High